Hi everybody, this is Alchemist 2 and I'm back again with another series review. I just recently watched Orphan Black and the episode was called Let the Children and the Childbearers Toil, and that actually comes from the book of Revelation. Woe be to those bearing children and actual children at the end of the age. I'm thinking it's Revelation. It might be the book of Matthew. All I know is this New Testament and it's apocalyptic text. I thought it was interesting that they had gone with that title because it's very indicative as to what Sarah is going through with Kira, and Kira doesn't know to whom to speak. She only feels like she can get answers from Rachel because Rachel shows her things according to her, and Sarah is extremely jealous and very angry, and she just doesn't understand what Kira's going through at all. And on the island of Dr. Moreau, Cosima is following after Mud because Mud knows something. And we get a chance to see that creature that actually attacked Sarah from before. And it's very interesting. And Sarah decides to go off on her own and figure things out on her at her own disclosure, and just doing it the hard way, I guess. Salinger gets advice from this woman who seems to know quite a bit. I don't know if this woman is a monitor or what her deal is, but she, I don't know, it just feels like maybe she's suspect or she should be suspicious. And I'm not sure why I feel that way, but why would she know as much as she does? And does Salinger know her from the past? She doesn't seem to be a familiar character to me. Hellena is back, and I love the exchange that she and Sarah have. It's just such a beautiful, emotional scene. And it's beautiful and outstanding. And Sarah says this is one thing that Rachel can never have, and points to her, actually puts her hand on Helena's belly for the babies. And it's such a sweet, touching moment. And of course, Hellena knows that Sarah's heart's heavy, and that's where the whole idea of you need to talk to Kira and get her to open up to you about what's going on and why she feels like nobody understands her, and she just needs somebody that she can confide in because she feels like Rachel is the only person who can do that. And of course we have Ira back in the mix, and his his conversation was rather revolutionary as well. And I liked that whole part with Felix and Adele. I knew Adele was going to be, I know they're going to bring Adele back, and I was right. And she's an embezzler. I thought, why am I not surprised? And then of course Felix says, oh, what the F is wrong with this family? This family, he says. And it's just such a hilarious moment, and I couldn't have agreed more with his assessment on the whole. That line in and of itself sums up the entirety of Orphan Black. Ugh, this family. It was an excellent episode. We're learning more about PT and just his entire investment and everything that's going on. They just have to play, of course. According to the next episode, Delphine's back with Cosima, and I thought, yay! I mean, that couple is my favorite couple in the entirety of the Orphan Black fandom and universe, and I just love that they were so bold to. I don't believe that they were the first to ever have a couple like that depicted in such a accepting way. I know a lot of television shows have gone for that before, but it just seems like they are overtly lesbian and unashamed of it. And the other one that I like, of course, is Bill and the blonde in Doctor Who. Of course, we don't know who the blonde is yet, but we will learn later on, I suppose. But so far, this is really taking a lot of twists and turns, and Valerie seemed to have some answers that she was keeping about PT from Sarah, and Sarah by no means was going to be gentle about it. She was going to exact that information from Valerie any way that she could, even though Valerie is wheelchair bound. And I thought, isn't that a little bit extreme? I know that she was an experiment of Castor, but still, I don't know. It felt a little bit intense. Well, I know I'm playing devil's advocate here, but I thought, oh, Sarah, dial it back a little bit. I would expect this more from Hellena and not from you. But she wants answers in the worst way possible, and the only way that she knows how to get them is through becoming violent and letting her rage rule her versus her logic and rationale and morality. But we've seen her undergo a transformation, and she probably has the most PTSD of all the characters in the entire universe of Orphan Black, I would surmise, but for good reason. And I just thought that this was unbelievably wrought with tension and emotion, and Kira acting more like a teenager than a young girl, and just wrestling with questions that no child should ever have to wrestle with. She's, like Hellena said, she's an old soul. I thought that's true. She is. And a miracle child, apparently, because from earlier she was cutting herself, and Hellena did the same thing, because they all have that same gene that allows them to heal almost instantaneously. I'm not going to say almost, it just happens immediately. That's all I got to say about Orphan Black. This particular season, this particular episode was just sensational, and I can't wait to see how they end it. And hopefully it'll end happily. I don't know if it will or not. I'm in suspense at this point in time, but still, I'm going to continue to watch it all the way to the glorious finale. So until next time, live long, prosper. Ciao, tutti.